guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffy Witch. You may not know that because I haven't been here in a while. I've just been lifing. So today I wanted to do a full face of like new, just some brands that I've been interested in, and let's get into it. Too much flapping of the gums. So today I'm going to start with foundation. We are going to be using Fenty. I have the foundation and concealer. I like well, I'm not a really big Fenty fan. There are certain products I really like. Of course, the ones I truly love got discontinued because of course they did, okay? I really loved the Mademoiselle lipsticks. They were amazing. One of the best formulas I think I've ever tried. Very smooth, very opaque, very easy to blend, phenomenal colors, so fun for a new brand. You know, I remember when those came out. My favorite swatch video of that is by Jackie Aina. Hilarious, entertaining, a little bit of music, just a good time. But I wanted all of those shades. I wish I could remember what my favorite shades were. Man, I can't remember. I can see them, but I can't remember the names. I really liked the matte pressed powder, right? Wasn't it supposed to be matte? That seems to be discontinued, and I love the setting powder. So I decided to do a full face of Fenty if I could, or a full-ish face. Does Fenty make eyeshadow anymore? Actually, who cares? Because she didn't do that very well. Just being for real. Eyeshadow, not her forte. Everything else, pretty good. But of the foundations available, I really do like to stay within the matte versions, just because even though I'm getting to the point where I want dewier finishes or like a luminous finish, I still like my foundation to be matte if I can. So when I originally tried this foundation, I think I was using shade 420. I've gone up to 445 because it says that this is, it's not on the, of course it's not on the bottle. I threw the box away. But if I remember, this one was supposed to be more neutral, or maybe it was cool. I'll either get neutral or cool. I typically don't get warm because I can neutralize cool a little bit with a little bit less blue. So I did try this yesterday or the day before, and it is a bit deeper and it kind of oxidized around my mouth. This does oxidize. I remember that being one of the things about this foundation. So it oxidizes a little bit darker. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just one pump of blue foundation to it, and then I'm going to put the concealer down the bridge of my nose and a little bit around here just to keep the center of my face a little bit bright. It kind of reminds me of what happened when I was using my beloved, sorry, I can't do things and think at the same time. My beloved Juvia's Place Velvety Matte Foundation. I Am Magic Velvety Matte. That got a little sallow and gray in the center of my face. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, I'm using shade 445. And in the concealer, also the kind of matte-ish version. This is the Pro Filter, and I'm using the shade 370. I like this one's nice and brightening. So let's get started. I just want to get all that gum flapping up out the way, all right? So yeah, forgot we're gonna neutralize her. I haven't been posting just because life, and we are kind of going back and forth on house hunting. But today I'm hoping to hear something from our lender, and then we might continue. So we shall see. Things are a little bit up in the air. We're on a little bit of a time crunch, but I think it's all gonna work out, all right? So I've just been giving myself time to be human and to just drop the ball if I want to, and to just enjoy. Now I have a bunch of videos I could upload. I just haven't been feeling like editing and all that nonsense. So I will get back to posting. I'm prepping for a quickie month. I'm thinking probably September or October is going to be another quickie month. I love doing quickie months. It's so satisfying once I finish. I'm like, oh my God, look what you did. And yeah, so I should have a haul video up before this where you saw my beauty book. And so of course I'm super excited to make more looks, to make more books, okay? Yeah, okay, she looks so much better now that I've neutralized her. She's not as red. That's great. Works for me. I will say I do really like the smell of this foundation. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. It's very like airbrushed feeling to me. Like it goes on and just poof, dries down. You don't even feel it. I really do like this foundation. I think the only reason I stopped wearing it is because the color wasn't right, because it was oxidizing. And I don't think at that time I had or understood how to use my blue foundation. So I'm just going to tap it in a few more places that I want a little bit more coverage on that forehead area. I got a little bit of a tan. You can see where my headband was. So anyways, yeah, this video is gonna have a bunch of new things. So even though I really, really love the Fenty Pro Filter setting powder, we're gonna be using my Juvia's Place I Am Magic loose setting powder because I did pick this up in the shade Shortbread. So that's what we're gonna use to set our concealer. And yeah, looks a lot better now that it's been neutralized. I really like that. Got our customary motorcycles. All right. Beautiful. It is just a little bit dark, but that's okay. We're gonna lighten this up with concealer. So I'm gonna take the concealer, pop her here, okay? We're gonna put a little swatcheroo there, a little swatch there. We're gonna blend those in right now, okay? Just to brighten things up, just a touch. Now I know it looks crazy, but when I was setting everything, this part really looked quite deep. So I'm also gonna have to be a little bit careful on how I set my powder, or my foundation in the center of the face. Oh, I forgot to put a little bit on the brows. I forgot to do my brows, dang it. I want to do those first. Oh wow. I've kind of been fixing my brow issue. Let's see if I can do it again. I've just been trying to really take my time and think about the way the brows are. So yeah, I don't know, this might not be the right color because again, the gray area around the mouth is looking just a little gray, but I still like it. It's just makeup, it's just play. It doesn't have to be that serious, right? I'm not trying to be Miss America. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the concealer. So in that haul video, you'll see that I did pick up my Made by Mitchell pressed curve case. I'm so happy that I did. And I love the mystery bag that I got. It's such a great one. I feel like the first three that I got, they were very similar. They kind of had the same products in them. And I was really hoping to get something new. I think the newest thing that I did end up getting was that yellow cream shadow. But this last one was so worth it. It was so worth it. I'm so thankful that the package got to me because it was sitting in limbo for like 3 days. And then it took forever to deliver. It's the first time that's ever happened. And then not to mention that happened and then my beauty book, wherever that came from, that was delayed. I was like, universe, you telling me to stop. You saying stop it, Jasmine, stop buying stuff. And I was like, okay, I hear you, universe, I hear you. All right, I'm gonna take just a little bit of foundation and marry all this. See, now we look just a little bit ashy, okay? Just a little bit. That's right, we'll fix it with powder. All right, but I do like the concealer. Not my favorite. I think I have to, okay, so I think with this concealer, I either have to color correct or I have to do double concealing, which neither is an issue. But I just feel like I lose a little bit right in there. It builds upon itself really nicely. So now going into the Juvia's Place powder, we're going to use to set our concealer. Again, I'm using the shade Shortbread. Okay, I'm not going to go too much further out with the powder because I just forgot. I always do this. I forgot, come on now, get this lid on, that I want to use some cream blush. So I've pulled out my Juvia's Place cream blush. All right, close yourself. There we go. I picked up the shade Coral Rose, an old fave. I love this blush. And again, just clean off the buck foot, get that mess off there. You don't have to be afraid of the splosion, okay? You want that splosion of color. No need to fear. Color and beauty is here. All right. And I'm just going to tap that in place. Such a beautiful terracotta. Just works so wonderfully on brown skin. Juvia's Place isn't doing much new. I mean, there's the liquid bronzers, the liquid eyeshadows, the eye pencil, like the crayon, and then there's like eyeliners, luminizers, I want to say, blush balms, or like potted blushes. But Juvia, where is the eyeshadow? Come on now. Where's my new Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette for 2025? What's going on? Okay, now that that is on, we're gonna move on to setting the rest of the face. I just wanna get rid of this foundation so we don't get it everywhere, because to set the face, I am actually going to use another new product of mine, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I'm using the shade Deep Neutral. I'm gonna sneeze as well. Deep Neutral. Just very lightly. I'm gonna set around that blush as well. I think I'm gonna stay away from the nose area or the chin area. Just a little bit here. So we're looking a little sallow. So I think we need to bring in some, oddly enough, some red. So maybe next time I don't need to neutralize the foundation, I just need to brighten it up here somehow. I actually might have to get a different color, truthfully. But I like this color. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Okay, so that is that. We're going to move on to bronzer. So I have two bronzers. We have the Made by Mitchell Pod Bronzer. This is bronze pressed powder in the shade Box of Truffles. Look at this. This came in my mystery bag, okay? The mystery bag was like, what, $27, $29? And I'm pretty sure 2 products from Made by Mitchell and you're already hitting that 20-something, maybe even 1 product, you're hitting that 20-something mark. So it is a great, great value. And for this full-size bronzer to come in a mystery bag, please. You had me at mystery. I love a little surprise, okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit of color. It's not the warmest thing on me, but it works. See, oh, we're so gray. I don't care. Stop talking about it, it doesn't matter. But I'm also going to take out the pressed curve case. I have the medium deep one. Looks like this. It is beautiful. And I'm gonna go into this shade here, this one. And we're just gonna add a little bit more. There we go. I like that shade. That's a good one. What is that called? Shade and Laid. just a little bit of warmth back. God, can I get this Weekend and Ariana Grande song out of my head? All right, to set the blush, you already know what we're doing. We're doing this one. I used this yesterday. I just really loved it, but I used it with the corresponding liquid blush that also came in my mystery bag from Made by Mitchell in Mango Daiquiri. And we're gonna use that to top that beautiful Juvia's Place blush because I thought that terracotta with this like brighter, more yellowy orange would be a really nice glow. And look at me, I was right. It is a very subtle orange, like on the edges with my olive undertone, it's giving a little yellow, which is exactly what I wanted. See what I mean? It kind of gives like a duo, like it looks lighter here and then it gets more orangey here. A built-in sunset blush. Okay. I like it. For our highlighter, I actually pulled out two highlighters. I have the Rem Beauty Honeymoon High Highlighter. This one is pink, orange and pink. They go together. Okay, looks like that. I picked up a few Rem Beauty products, but I also have the Drip Drip Blush Liquid Highlighter from Made by Mitchell. So really quick, I'm just going to, ooh, silver, okay. Just wanted to share her out, see what she does. A little glitter heavy. Just being very light because I don't want it to just do that, damn it. I didn't want it to do that, but it did it. Symmetry, okay? So no, we'll probably end up using that for the eyes. So I am gonna use the Rem Beauty. This is like a rose gold shade. She dusty, okay? Okay, that's not bad. That's cute. And then I like to take that just around or just across the bridge of the nose. See what that did? Just a little bit. Okay. Not bad, but I kind of feel like we need more blush. So let's do that. More blush. We're gonna go into this shade. That is called Cherry Cola. And we're just gonna deepen up the bottom part of our blush. Kind of on top of our bronzer a little bit. Bring that up into that highlight. And then I'm gonna go back in with that Mango Daiquiri. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty. I'm a heavy blusher. Like I like a lot of blush. I'm not here to be dainty and demure with my blush. Nope. Whack it on. I want as much blush as I can hold on my cheeks. All right, we're good. Okay, so moving on. This time I'm gonna switch it up on you, okay? I'm gonna switch it up on you. Instead of doing my brows, I'm gonna do my eyes for you. I'll come back with the brows finished when we're done with everything. So for the eyes, I did pull out a few different things. So this video is gonna be a little bit of Fenty, a little bit of e.l.f. We've got Rem Beauty, we've got makeup, Made by Mitchell. We also have some Morphe products, and I have more Rem Beauty. So for Morphe, I did only pick up 3 of these Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadows, and this is the shade Melody. And I picked these up because these are giving MAC Paint Pot, and I've never had a MAC Paint Pot. I also really, really love cream shadows, potted shadows, things of that nature, which you already know if you've been to my channel for a little bit of time. So that is what we are going to use on the eye. I'm going to use my round kind of like bullet style brush from Morphe. This is the M173. I'm going to use this to prime my eyeball. Again, this is the shade Melody. I picked the lightest cream, like white, off-white shade. I picked this one because it's still bright, but it's a bit more like primer color, you know, a little bit like more browny, slightly pinky beige. And then I picked the second to last deepest shade because the deepest shade was not available. Best believe, had it been there, that's the one I would have picked up because it looks like a potted version of what? Sheba, exactly. I know. Get over Sheba. I can't. I just can't. I can't get over her. Okay. And while we're here, why don't we pop some on the lower lash line? I'll just do one eye and come back with everything else finished. All right. I don't really have an eyeshadow palette that oh, you know what? Sticking to Morphe, the 9C Essentials. Cool tone little baby. Let's do this. We ain't gonna think too hard about it. With that shade and what's available, we're just gonna go in with what we can do. So I think I'm gonna go in with this shade as our transition shade. I know I like that green. Or should we be boring? I feel like this is gonna do me like the Blend Bunny Longing palette where I used shades that look like this and it came out looking like black. It was very weird. So, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay in this row here. Use this deeper shade as our outer V. Just looking straight ahead. Oh, I should look straight ahead at you, okay? Oh, that's cute. I like that. Simple. Yeah, let's stick with simple, Jazz. I was about to go, you know, banana ham sandwich like I always do. But let's do simple. Let's aim for simple, pretty, cute. I'm gonna take that same shade on the lower lash line. Yeah, nice and simple. I was looking at my Instagram because I'm going to be deleting it. I want to screenshot all the photos that I don't have before I do, pop them in a folder, recreate, things like that. And I just was thinking about how my style changes, never stays the same for too long. Like for a while I was doing liner with a lot of my looks and my liner looked amazing. Symmetrical, actual wing up and out, girl, cut, sharp. Then I wasn't doing liner at all. Then I was doing just color on my lid in a very small blended out crease area. Then I started doing two-tone creases, you know? Like it's just really interesting. That's why I like my Instagram. That's why I love looking at my Instagram more than anyone else's, because I like seeing the evolution and just trying to figure out like what was the mindset, like why was I doing what I was doing. Like right now, I feel like with my channel, half the time I'm just whacking makeup on, but I do want to get to the point where it's not just throwing it on. I'm actually thinking, I'm creating something, which doesn't happen very often because when I started my Instagram, I didn't have a child, you know, so I had plenty of time. I could spend the whole day in my beauty room just fucking around with makeup. I cuss, sorry. Anyways, so yeah, that was nice. I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade here to kind of blend up our brow bone area, which will look so much better once I whack a brow on. But just so it's nice and soft up there. I like that. I like ashier colors too, so this is a nice little trio of shades. I didn't really use this one, but I do like that little trio. Okay, now we gotta brighten this up, okay? So this is where the Rem Beauty comes in. So I actually picked up two of these, but I picked up two, but I already had one on hand. I picked up a trio, and that's where these two products came from. I threw away the lip gloss because it was like a burning plumper. I don't like plumpers that burn. I like a minty plump, not a spicy plump. So I picked up two, and this is the shade Fembot and the shade Siren. Let me give you a little swatch. Ooh, that is Fembot. Giving you a little shift, and then the shade Siren. Looks like blue brown pigment to me. It's got that burgundy base as well. That kind of green shift. This one there. Yeah, that looks a lot like blue brown pigment. Blue brown in the container has a little bit more green to it in the bottle, but it's swatched right there. Maybe they aren't very similar. Anyways, look at me, always talking. Don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, cute colors. Let's put some on our eyeballs, all right? So I'm thinking I want to use this one. I want to use Siren. I don't know how these work, so I'm going to be safe and use I kind of just want to use my fingers, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pop some on the back of the hand, look down, and pop that on the eyeball. So Siren, it's a bit too much. The swatches felt quite long wearing. They were a bit tough to remove, so that's a good sign for the eyeball. Doesn't feel overly tacky, which is good. And it's quite gentle. Quite gentle in its appearance, which honestly works for what we're going for. But I do want a little more, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Pop a little bit more. I think that's the thing with like toppers and liquid shadows that have like shimmer. Sometimes you're not gonna get a lot of like impact, so you have to be okay with a softer touch. And I think there are, you know, makeup lovers out there who they thrive on that. That's their favorite type. That's exactly what they want. They want something that's not gonna be too crazy, but give it a little bit of something. And then you have makeup wearers like me, where I'm like, where is the boom and where is the pow, you know? But this is coming out the gate quite gentle like. I still like it. All right, I'm gonna stop touching it now because I was getting a little bit of gathering right there. So we are gonna move right along and do something with this lower lash line. I feel like because there's just a touch of green in that, I think I'm gonna go in with the green shade from the palette. Should we do that blue? I really like this. I like this blue. Let's do the blue. And I'm just gonna put that on the lower lash line. Sorry, I don't know where my camera is. I haven't done this in forever. It's interesting. Yeah, I like it. Okay. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit more of that crease color, that darkest brown, and just marry those two at the bottom here. Sorry, I cannot get this song out of my head. All right, I like it. So before I do the rest, we're gonna do liner. You already know what liner. I'm so stuck on that dark forest green. What's it called? I should know. I want to use it up. That's why I'm still using it. And it's just my favorite green, tropical green from NYX. Again, these are the slide on, glide on, stay on, and definitely something, extremely long name, okay? They don't make this color. I think they still make this formula of pencil, but not this color. So I just want to use her, and I like it over a black. So that's the liner we're gonna use. It's just like Sheba, okay? I'm talking about Sheba, using this liner all the time. And then I'm gonna do my brows. But before I do that, let's do the lips, and then I will come together with the end result so I can let you go. So also from the Made by the Mitchells, I have my Cupid cases. I picked these up a few months back and I haven't really used them. So they look like this. Now with this gorgeous eye, I do think the neutral palette will be the one that we should use, called the Muted Nudes. And this one is called Garden Rose, right? Oh, Rose Garden. And yeah, I don't think this is the look for this palette today. So we will use her at a later date. Something else I really enjoy about Made by Mitchells, for the most part, the products that you buy will come with utensils. So the Cupid cases did come with double-ended lip brushes. So, you know, I do really like a dark lip line. And even though there is this deep shade in here that is resembling Sheba, I am now, like, my signature lip has changed from just using Sheba as my liner to also lining my lip with black before I line with Sheba, because I just like the extra contrast. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's take off a little bit of my lip balm. So now I'm gonna go into this, and I feel like I want to keep this kind of warm. So I think I want to use this shade here. I know I've used it before, or even this one's nice. Let's go with that one. It's called Lucky Girl. I swear, something I have noticed though with this palette is more often than not, the shades are all very milky, which I know is his brand, you know. But, and I love a milky look, but we need some warmth in this. The eye is kind of neutral cool, but I feel like a cool lip, this milky, is just not going to work. So we are gonna go into this shade here. That one's called Mothy? I don't know. You know, I've been having a hard time with lips lately. You know what? I'm gonna have to do more practicing, more thought with Made by Mitchell. Okay, we're back. So let me tell you what I did, and then I'm gonna let you go, okay? So I also went in with some liner. Again, like I said, I was using the green liner, Tropical Green from NYX as my waterline. And then I pulled out another Made by Mitchell product that was in my mystery bag. This is the gel liner in Little Heat, which is a nice red brownish shade. And I use this as my liner and my brows. I love a multi-use product, and I just love finding more things from Made by Mitchell that I'm just like, I need all of this in my life. I'm so excited. So I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna do liner. I'm kind of trying to get back into my wing liner like I was saying. So why not, okay? I could have used the cake liner, but you need worders for that, and I didn't want to get no worders. So gel liner for the liner and the brows. I just, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Just need to take my wing up just a touch. leave it alone. All right, that's what we did. On the inner corner, I went in with my Essence Harlequin Meta Glow in the shade Lucky You. And for the lip, I couldn't get my lips right. I don't know what's going on, but I can't get my lips right. So instead, I am just wearing the e.l.f., what are these called? Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and this is the shade Ecstatic, I believe. Isn't that what this one is called? Yeah, so Ecstatic. This is like the e.l.f. version of Clinique's Black Honey. Now, before I let you go, I do want to say one thing about the Rem Beauty Liquid Eyeshadow. As I tried to apply it to this eye, it was just very patchy. And then once I did get it on, there was like no color. I don't know if maybe I put it on too quickly, it was too wet, and then I went in with more, I'm not quite sure. But it just wasn't giving me any impact. So what I did is I pulled out a tried and true love of mine, my LA Girl shade shifter, and I used the shade Topaz. And it's very rare that I'm reaching specifically for that shade, because usually the queen of the 4 available shade shifters for me is the shade Sunset. I absolutely love the shade. But I wanted to say more bluey purple because of the light blue that we have on the eye, or as the eyeshadow on the lower lash line. And then the crease color is kind of like a dirty gray brown. So I didn't want to use Sunset and pull it pink or orange or even green and gold in there. So I used this one, which flips blue and a little bit of teal and purple. And I think it really worked well with the liquid shadow from Rem Beauty. Where is it? That's not it. Where you at, girl? You hiding? There's a hair on my nose, because of course there is. Where are you? You're not it. Child, look, I don't even know where I put it, okay? So it don't even matter. But yeah, but this is the finished look. I like the brows. They look a little bit symmetrical, right? Right? I think I'm figuring it out. I would like to do a little review of this, but this video is already like 40 plus minutes long. It's too long. So I'm not gonna do that now. Maybe in the next video, or maybe the next time I use them. But anyways, thank you for coming to this video and having a little sit down kiki makeup sesh with me. Don't forget to tap off the excess and all that. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch. You already know that. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be quite soon. Until then, bye.